Hello, hello.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Good morning, Mead Mavericks. We're at the C Team boys basketball game. Happy to have you all here. Starting off 2-0 to the Mavericks.
Gonna be inbound by Roth there.
It's a good put back by Joey Higgins.
Yeah,
Mullen takes it up the court. Now 4-0 to the Mavericks.
this is a good assist there by Kaysen. You just had it right in the right spot.
Mullen moving the ball around here. 0 on the drive with the left. He's going to get there, but it's no good. This is Gavin Wood taking it up the court to Owen Eisentrager. Puts it up for the layup. Barely missed. Mullen back down the other way in transition. Pull-up jumper from mid-range, and that one's good. First points on the board for Mullen. Here's Braylon Roth to take it up to Owen Eisentrager, out to Kaysen. Joey Higgins to put it back up, grabs his own board. He's gonna swing it around. Drive in by Kaysen, out to Braylon Roth. Drive in, that's
Stolen.
stolen by Mullen up the court. That's gonna be a foul by Owen Eisentrager. He will shoot 2.
And he's gonna miss his first one.
Mullen's had a lot of transition attempted buckets here. They've rarely kept the ball in their own. That one's going to be a miss. Rebound by Owen Eisentrager. Braylon Ross going to take it up the court. Pass over to Kaysen. That one's going to be blocked by Mullen, but offensively rebounded to the spot. That one's going to be bounced around in the paint. Now Mead's going to swing it around. Braylon Roth on the drive. Mullen to take it up the court. Drive in, out. Here's the three-pointer by Mullen. That one's going to be just missed, but rebounded by the Mavericks. Roth to take it up the court. To Gavin Wood. He's going to almost get picked off. Eisentrager at the top of the key. Here's a 3. That one's going to be missed short and left. Kicked out. There's another three by Mullen. That one's going to be long. Rebounded by Gavin Wood.
Yeah, so that's the second time in a row they've kicked a guy out to the corner. But they didn't convert on that one either.
That's a three by Braylon Roth, and that one's going to be good. 7-2 to the Mavericks here early on.
Mullen will call timeout.
I'm kind of surprised by the shots that Mullen are missing. I feel like they could definitely have more on the board right now.
Yeah, I know. Like I was saying, how they had that twice in a row, and they just can't seem to capitalize on it.
They're getting the right looks, but they're just not falling. Mavericks, those offensive rebounds down in the paint are definitely going to help them today. They have the size with Owen Eisentrager and Joe Higgins.
Definitely. And, you know, Mullen's ball movement hasn't been bad whatsoever, but, again, it's just these shots that I think that's what they're being coached up on. Seems to be. Elijah Sexton will sub out for Joey Higgins.
Mullen to bring it up the court. See if they can get something on offense moving here. Out to the corner. He's going to drive in. Pull-up jumper, and that one's going to be good for Mullen. 7-4. Mullen's doing that press again. They're trying to trap him in those corners. That one's going to be a nice jumper for Keaton.
Great move by him there.
Great move to get him to jump. Mullen out in the corner, back up to the wing. Mullen's going to swing it around. Up at the top of the key. He's going to get it down low in the post. He's going to kick it back out. Almost stolen, but Mullen regains control. That one's going to be a foul on Owen Eisentrager.
That'll be his second of the quarter. And 33 will be at the line to shoot.
2 early fouls here by Owen Eisentrager. He's going to have to keep his composure. That one's going to be banked in for the free throw.
Yondell subbing in for Trog.
That one's going to be bounced around the rim and in. So it's going to be Gavin Wood to get it up the court. Mead's really breaking that press every time, getting the ball where they want it. Mavericks are going to space out and swing around. There's Braylon Roth on the wing. He's going to drive baseline. Pull up, back out to the top of the key to Keaton, into the corner for Gavin Wood for the three. That one's going to be missed.
That'll be rebounded by Mullen.
Going to be a foul.
They're going to call a back check. 23 will take it up the court.
He's going to swing it down to the wing. He's going to cut off of it. Now back at the top of the key for Mullen. It really looked like a carry, but it's not. Great defense by the Mavericks.
To be deflected by Yondell Fernandez, and
there's Braylon Roth on the hezzy. He's going to pull up. That's going to be a good layup with the left hand for Braylon Roth. It's going to be 11-6 to the Mavericks. Mullen eager to get back. Top of the key, 23, drive with the left. That one's going to go in.
I believe that's 3 straight left-handed shots by the Mavericks and Mullen.
This is Yondell Fernandez to drive up the court. This is Braylon Roth. And kick it out to Elijah Sexton. Here's Gavin Wood, top of the key, 3, and that one's going to be good.
Nothing but net on that one.
Great shot, 14-8 to the Mavericks. Here's Mullen. Really getting up the court fast. Here's the 3 by Mullen, and that one's going to be off the front rim. Rebounded by the Mavericks. Here's Keaton Roth to take it up the court. Pass out to Elijah Sexton into the corner for Gavin Wood. Here's another 3 for him. That one's going to be rebounded by Mullen. Eager to get up the court. There's a fast break for Mullen. That one's going to be good. Mullen back in that trap press. That's a good press break, and that's going to be a foul by Mullen. That's Yamdale Hernandez to shoot 2. Mavericks breaking that press every time.
Mavericks hoping to extend their lead here that has seemed to be shortened.
It'll be 15-10 to the Mavericks here. First free throw was good. It seems Mavericks is always just containing that 5-6 point lead throughout this first quarter.
Fernandez will shoot a second. It will not land.
Ooh, Mullen not going to be able to keep that one in their own possession. He's going to step out of bounds. That's Mavericks ball again.
Yes, the basketball scoreboard is really hard.
He's almost
Dude, it is.
tippy toes on the sideline trying to keep it in there, but
Yep.
wasn't able to. Inbounded by
Inbounded to Kaysen. He's going to go up for it, and that one's going to be a nice 2-pointer. Here's 17-10, now 7-point lead. Almost closing in on a minute left on the quarter. Here's Mullen to take it up, down to the wing. Here's a baseline drive by Mullen.
That'll be out of bounds on Mullen.
No, that'll be tipped out of bounds by the Mavericks. There's Mullen, and that one, he's going to have a line violation on that inbound pass. Now it'll be Mavericks ball. 50 seconds left, 17-10. Mullen back in that trap defense, but Mavericks cannot convert. That one's going to be passed out of bounds. Mullen's ball. Number 12 to drive it up the court. Pass down to the wing. He's going to be wide open for a nice jump shot, but that one's not going to convert. Mead in transition. Got a 2v1. Not able to convert. Back down to the corner for Kaysen. Here's Braylon Roth with a long 2, but that one's going to go in. 19-10 Mavericks coming down to 15 seconds left for Mullen. Out to the deep wing. Mullen top of the key down to the baseline. We're going to try and look for a shot here late. That one's going to be a long 3, and that one's not going to go in. 19-10 Mavericks end of the first quarter. Carter, what are you seeing so far?
You know, Mavericks kept their early lead here. They, at one point just cut it down to 4, but they were able to extend it right there at the end of the quarter. I'm seeing some good ball movement from Mullen, but these shots just aren't really landing for him, I think.
I'm seeing a lot of mistakes being converted by the Mavericks. Mullen making those dumb inbound plays or stepping out of bounds, bad passes, and Mavericks are really converting on those and getting those transition buckets early on and hitting their threes, definitely around the key. So looking good for the Mavericks right now with a 9-point lead here early in the first quarter.
White ball coming in, white ball coming in. Hey, 1, 2, 3, work.
It'll be Mavericks ball to start the second quarter. We'll see if Mullen continues with that press break.
Sharman will inbound it to Roth.
Keaton Roth on the crossover, driving in, kicking out to Kaysen on the corner. He's going to also drive in. He's going to pull up. That's going to be fouled. Shooting 2 at the line now. That's Kayshen Shorman.
Sharman will sink his first shot. Number 14 will sub for number 0 on Mullen.
Mavericks have now taken a double-digit lead now. early in the second quarter. That one's not going to go, and rebounded by Mullen. In transition for Mullen. They're going to have a 3v2, but not being able to convert it. Top of the key, out to the wing. He's going to drive in baseline, pull-up jumper for number 30. That one's going to be long and rebounded by the Mavericks. Another transition. That one's
stolen.
Stolen
and
back.
Stolen again.
That one's going to be stolen again. That one's going to be pushed up the ball. Here's down to the basket. That one's going to be a foul by Joey Higgins. He'll be shooting 2.
See, he kind of drew that there. He was seeing Joey, and he kind of
let up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be almost like 4 steals in a row there.
I know.
In that 1 minute.
It's quite the almost rally by the two teams there, but
yeah, back and forth. But Mullen's going to be able to convert on all these steals, getting the foul, but he's going to miss his first one, so. Second one's going to fall. Here's Elijah Sexton on the inbound for Kaysen. Mullen still in that press. Mavericks are going to be able to get through it. Back out to Keaton Roth. Driving baseline. That one's going to be in for the layup by Keaton Roth.
Keaton's going to go left for the second time today. Another pretty shot.
Out to the wing. He's going to drive in right to the middle. Kick out to the corner. It's going to be a 3 for Mullen, and that one is not going to be able to convert. Back rim. Rebound by Keaton Roth. Kason Sherman will take it up the court for the Mavericks. He's going to drive fast into that baseline. Get to his spot. And that one's going to be... It's going to be a hand check by Mullen. That'll be at the baseline. Inbound for the Mavericks. It's Elijah Sexton at the top of the key. He's going to pass it to Kason Sherman. He's going to drive. That one's going to be another hand check by number 14 again. Same foul.
Keaton Roth will be looking for someone on the inbound. It's going to be the Showerman again. Shot's not going to fall. They're going to call travel.
In for Mullen is number 12 for number 14. 2 hand checks in a row for him. Almost stolen by Elijah Sexton. Top of the key for Mullen. Back down to the corner. He's going to drive with his left in. Good board by Joey Higgins. There's Elijah Sexton to take it up the court. Mullen retreating back. Not going to go in their normal press. That one's going to be drove. Here's a jumper by Yandel Fernando. Almost offensively rebounded.
Attempted putback by Higgins there.
Mullen driving in. Here's a long 3 by Mullen. That's going to be rebounded by the Mavericks. Keaton Roth to take it up the court. 22-11. Here's a 3 by Kason Sherman, and that one's going to be good. 25-11 here. Mullen to drive baseline. Here's a pull-up jumper. That one's not going to fall, and rebounded by the Mavericks.
It's been, what, last 5 or 6 shots Mullen hasn't converted on. They really need to step it up before this lead gets 2.
Mullen, here's another 3 by Kason Sherman. That one's not going to be able to go.
Unreachable.
See if Mullen can get some offense going here. Have not scored in a while. Thinking about the step back jumper in the corners at the top of the key, drive in. The free throw line, Mullen. Not really being able to penetrate this Mavericks defense. There's going to be a 3. That one's not going to be able to fall for Mullen. Mavericks are going to take a timeout here. Mavericks doing well, having their shots just fall. And Mullen not really being able to convert on much of anything, really. Just getting those, just driving and getting those fouls, but even the free throws aren't coming down.
Yeah, I'm seeing most of those Mullen points coming off those fast breaks in the beginning of the first quarter, but really struggling to get past this Mavericks defense now.
Yeah, I've noticed 0 offensive rebounds by Mullen so far.
I have seen that too. And they keep trying to kick it out to the corner, especially to 33 there, and he hasn't been able to convert on his shots.
In for the Mavericks is Gavin Wood and Owen Eisentrager. And Braylon Roth for the Mavericks. 3 subs coming in. Mullen in that same press.
Roth's going to take a high pass from Wood. It's going to go back to Wood. Trog here.
Well done breaking that press. Mavericks going to set up their offense now. Here's Braylon Roth at the top of the key. Jason Shorman with the 3. That one's going to be close to hitting all those rims, but Mullen going to take that one up the court. There's 33 at the top. Going to take it down. Here's number 1 with the jumper. That one's not going to be able to fall. Mavericks with the easy rebound.
Again, they're struggling to get these offensive rebounds.
Struggling to get these offensive rebounds. And struggling. Here's Kason Sherman with the pull-up jumper. That one's going to fall right to Joey Higgins for the offensive rebound. There's Braylon Roth with a long 2 to pull up. Great save by Joey Higgins. And he gets the and 1. Great hustle there.
Capitalize off that. Joey Higgins.
Really showing that hustle out there.
Quite the move to save the ball. And it'll be Kason Sherman at the line.
He'll be shooting 1 with a nice and 1 there. That one will not fall. Joey Higgins will get the offensive foul on him over the back, or a push in the back. We're trying to get that rebound.
We're 12 on Mullen. We'll inbound it to number 1.
Here's 55 to drive baseline. That one's not going to be able to fall. Again, rebounded by the Mavericks. Mead in transition out to Gavin Wood. Owen Eisentrager for the 3. Bang, that one's going to be good.
Nothing but net on that one there.
Mullen have not been able to score yet in quite some time.
Yeah, seems their only points in this quarter have been from that one free throw, going in with 10 points this quarter.
Yeah, Mullen not being able to get really anything going on offense. Shots not falling. Mead really getting those nice looks that they want, being able to drive into the paint, get their pull-up jumpers to fall. Their 3s are falling. They've made their last 2, I think. 2 threes.
Yeah, Mullen with a desperate attempt to get something going. Seems to be fixing what they can.
Coach not even using the whiteboard. He's just kind of talking to him right now.
Mead almost tripling their points.
Yeah, about to take a 20-point lead on Mullen here in the second quarter.
Inbounded by Mullen.
He's going to get it down to number 55. There's a pull-up jumper. That one's going to be good, and the foul.
55, that same spot on his last shot. Shot will fall on this one.
55 at the line for the end 1. He's going to hit back rim, but not going to be able to go. Here's Braylon Roth to take it up the court. He's going to push it up to Kason Sharman. Down to Elijah Sexton. The 3 by Kason Sharman, and that one's going to be able to go. Kason Sharman, 3, lethal at the 3-point line. That one's going to be tipped and almost stolen by the Mavericks. There's 55 again on the jumper. That one's going to be good to go. 55 really showing some strength for Mullen. Kind of their only offense that's going right now. There's Owen Eisentrager on the drive. That one's going to be knocked away by Mullen.
You know, you almost got to wonder what their coach was saying to them in the huddle for them to rattle off those quick 4 points.
Inbound from Mullen at 33-12. He's going to take it up the court. That one's going to be tipped away by Elijah Sexton.
Almost a great steal there, but it'll just fall out of bounds.
Number 2 to number 33 to Mullen. He's going to drive with his left in. It's him with 0 down to the baseline. He's going to get fouled on his way.
And 0 will be at the line.
Braylon Roth going to get the foul. That one's going to be on the ground. Zero's going to be shooting 2 from the line.
His first shot will fall.
Second one's going to fall in the same way. Front rim, back rim, and here's Braylon Roth to take it up the court to Elijah Sexton. He's going to shoot a 3. That one's going to be no good to go.
Man, that's 6 straight points for Mullen.
Mullen coming out of that timeout looking pretty good. Mead's just going to sit back.
Trying to shorten that lead anyway.
No one's on number 0. They're just going to get a free bucket right there.
That'll be 8th straight for Mullen.
It's Kaysen Sharman for the Mavericks. Here's Gavin Wood on the drive and in.
Keaton Ross gonna come in for Gavin Wood. Seemed to,
as well as Yondale Fernandez for Braylon Roth. Mullen eager to get up the court. Here's one on the drive. That one's going to be good. 33-21. Now Mullen cutting the lead. You're not giving up. Drive, just driving, passing out from the Mavericks right now. Here's Elijah Sexton into Yondale Fernandez.
kind of seeing the opposite trend there on those last few scores. Mead hasn't been able to.
Mullen going to be able to get that inbound pass into the corner. 33 going to have a drive at it, and that one's going to fall too. Mullen getting their offense going. They cut the lead to 10 now. Here's Yondale Fernandez. Almost picked away by Mullen. Here's Owen Eisentrager on the bucket. That one's going to fall.
After 12 straight for Mullen, Mead will finally score.
That one's going to be turned over by Mavericks in transition. They got a 2v1. Picked away by Mullen. Zero's just going to be waiting up there. That one's not going to be able to fall. There's Elijah Sexton to bring it up the court. He's going to slow it down. That one's going to be good for Elijah Sexton for the three. 38-23 now. We've got 20 seconds left in the quarter. That one's not going to fall for Mullen. Got 14 seconds left. Trying to get a good look. Kaysen Sharman not going to be able to get that one to fall. Long three for the Mullen, and that one's not going to go in. That'll be halftime.
So, man, until really that last minute, Mullen was just ripping those off.
Yeah, getting those easy buckets. Seemed to be a little bit of miscommunication by the Mavericks. Just not really picking up their man late in transition, getting those easy points, but Mead really being able to come back there in the second quarter, at the end of it at least, to get those 5 quick points.
Yeah, rattling off those quick 5 that last minute and a half.
It'll be 38-23 going into the third quarter. Mavericks up.
So we're going to be approaching the last about 15 seconds here of the half. Coach is getting those last second adjustments in.
Mavericks looking to control this lead throughout the third quarter. Is 38-23 here now. Looking good for the Mavericks. Mullen coach really just talking to him. Not sure if he uses his whiteboard that much.
Doesn't seem like it. Maybe a little more in the locker room, but
Yeah.
could think that's possibly a reason why they're down 15, but
Mavericks will be defending the opposite hoop now. Mullen will start with it here in the second quarter. Number 1 to take it up the court for Mullen. Out to number 0 in the wing. He's going to drive baseline. Owen Eisentrager not thinking he fouled him. Sure, he just pulled up jumpers. Number 0 for Mullen at the free throw line.
this first shot will not land.
Mullen's free throw percentage is
It's not looking great this game.
Not looking-
It's
not looking great. We'll see. That's going to be 2 missed free throws.
I want to say they've had maybe 10. They've probably had converted on 4 of them, maybe.
Free throw percentage is not looking good. That one's going to be stepped out of bounds by Mullen. Here is Braylon Roth taking up the court. Mullen just going to sit back. Looks like they're not coming out with that press, that trap press they normally do.
Making some defensive adjustments here.
Kick out to Gavin Wood. Here's a 3 for Gavin Wood. That one's going to fall. Bang for the Mavericks. Coming out strong with a 3-point start. Mullen eager to get back, sprinting up the court. Here's 0, kick it out to number 1, driving baseline on the corner. Out to 0 again. This is going to be long past the 55. 5 for the 3. That one's not going to be able to convert. That one's going to be out of bounds by Mullen.
Some good movement there, but still just not able to land those shots.
Braylon Roth take it up the court. I agree. Great movement there to get 55 wide open, but not going to be able to convert on that one. Here's Braylon Roth on the drive. That one's going to be
Not going to call a foul there.
That one's going to be a foul. That one's going to be
Higgins will get the and one.
by Joey Higgins.
Good job by Joey there, drawing the foul and getting the and one.
He's going to be shooting 1 here. Now take a 20-point lead here. That one's going to be good.
A 21-point lead for the Mavericks.
I think it's clear to see Mullen's getting frustrated. To get a 21-point lead, here's number 1 on the drive. That one's going to be blocked by Gavin Wood. Great defense there. This one's going to be taken out by Kaysen Shorman. Crossover, spin move, kick it out to Braylon Roth. He's going to pump fake out Kaysen Shorman on the 3. That one's going to be good. Mavericks are hitting their shots now, feeling a rhythm here. Coming out of that halftime looking strong. Mullen with the 3. That one's going to be off the rim, rebounded by Owen Eisentrager. To take it up the court, here's Kaysen Shorman to Braylon Roth on the baseline. Back out to Kaysen Shorman. This is another 3. That's 2 in a row by Kaysen Shorman. Mullen's gonna call a timeout. They're also gonna sub in all of their bench players for the starters.
Looking to change a lot here.
Yeah,
Must be something discussed in the locker room.
You can visibly see the frustration by Mullen.
Yeah, players not looking super happy. Maybe confidence lacking at this point in the game.
Now Mavericks take a 27-point lead here early in the third quarter.
Yeah, really just that.
Apologies.
And Showerman just from that 3-point line he's not missing. He's
looking deadly from the 3. Creating those scoring opportunities. Even Braylon Roth driving, being able to create those scoring chances. That's going to be stolen by Kaysen Shorman. And that one's going to be laid up again by Kaysen Shorman. He has 5 straight points for the Mavericks. No, I apologize, 7. 7 straight points. No, 8 points.
8 points.
Yeah. I can't do math. That one's going to be a good jumper from Mullen. A deep 2. There's Gavin Wood to take it up.
Wood's going to be looking for someone.
There's Kaysen Sharman at the baseline. He's going to drive in, kick back out to Gavin Wood. Long 3-pointer. That one's not going to be able to fall.
Be Mullen ball. Inbounded by number 20 to number 12.
Out to 23 on the wing. He's going to drive to the key. Crossover in. That one's going to be laid up.
Not a lot of help there down in the paint, but he's able to drive in there for that easy layup.
No, Braylon Roth on the crossover. That one's going to be passed down to Joey Higgins for the layup. Great ball movement. And stolen by Gavin Wood again for the easy layup. Wow. There's a quick turnaround of events there. 56-27. Out to the corner, back up to 23 at the wing. Gonna do moves at the top. He's gonna drive back down, 2 at the top of the key. Out to 30 to reset the ball. 20 is gonna drive in. Out to 2 on the wing, pass to 23, down to the corner. That one's gonna be denied by Joey Higgins. And a foul by Braylon Roth.
Man, you hate to see that from Mullen. You know, inbounding the pass, getting immediately stolen, getting put back for that easy 2.
Great play, though, by the Mavericks.
Oh, yeah.
Great play, recognizing that they weren't expecting it. Inbound pass, number 2 on the drive. That one's going to be good for Mullen. Braylon Roth to take it up the court, coming in on 4 minutes left. Kaysen Sharman, get a little heat check. I was going to hit back rim. Mullen in transition, out to number 2. That one's not going to be able to fall. That one not either.
They're called foul on the Mavericks. It's going to be another foul on Eisentrager.
First free throw is not going to fall again.
No, it's just, even with these easy opportunities for Mullen, they can't land these. Seems to be the theme that's bringing them down.
I agree. Second one's going to fall. This is Braylon Roth to take it up the court. Going to get a free drive in, out to Kaysen Sharman for the easy layup. Then we're told to bring it up the court for Mullen. Mavericks not letting their foot off the gas, keep pressuring it. Mullen's defense and not letting it. There's a steal by Kaysen Sharman. He's got a one-on-one. That one's not going to be able to fall, but offensively rebounded by Braylon Roth. Kaysen Sharman getting back in the play. Again with the offensive rebound, he's going to get his point.
That'll be his 12th this quarter, and man, he's just running these off.
Mullen going to be able to get that one. That one's not going to be able to fall. Kaysen Sharman again on the rebound. He's truly the MVP of this quarter here, showing off everything. Keaton Roth on the easy layup, but that one's not going to be able to fall. Here's Mullen the other way in transition. That one's not going to be able to go either. Here's Braylon Roth.
Questionable shot by Mullen there. Braylon's going to take it to court.
There's Eliza on the easy bucket.
Mead will extend their lead to 32 here in the third quarter.
Here's Mullen on the drive. That one's not going to be able to go either. Just seems like transition buckets back and forth. Here's Eliza Sexton on another transition bucket.
With the pump fake, he's going to hit his second straight.
Here's Mullen on the 3-pointer. That one's not going to be able to go. That one's long. Rebounded by the Mavericks. There's Keaton Roth to take it up the court. They got a 4v2 scenario here. He's going to take it by himself. Out to Eliza Sexton. She's going to reset the ball there. Keaton Roth with the 3. That one's going to be close to going, but not in. Rebounded by Mullen.
Almost out of bounds there for Mullen. They'll keep it in.
That one's going to be a cut by 23, and the layup not going to be able to fall. Here's Kason Shorman. Passed out to Braylon Roth for the 3. That was not going to be able to go.
Almost rebounded there by Showerman. Mullen will take it up.
Mullen looking to get anything going. That one's going to be a short, missed mid-range jumper. Keaton Roth going to take it up the court here. Braylon Roth going to drive in and just get that easy left-handed layup bucket.
Mavericks send their lead to 36, and man, these Mullen shots, I can't help but question them.
I agree. I mean, I feel like they should just move the ball, try to get those easy layups like Mead's trying to do, or those good three-point looks. Here's Eliza Sexton on the three-pointer. That's going to be a near 40-point lead by the Mavericks.
That'll be Sexton's 7th point of the quarter.
Mullen.
Blue 20 hit. 2 shots.
And it's going to be a foul by Eliza Sexton. We got 35 seconds left in the third quarter, and Mead pulling away with it. It's going to be a very difficult challenge for Mullen to get back in this game.
You know, and they can really start with these free throws that they've seemed to struggle with all day.
First one's going to be a go. Mullen's going to sub in their entire bench, or almost their entire bench.
Devin Wood will be out there for the Mavericks. 20 will shoot his second.
That one's not going to be able to go, and rebounded by the Mavericks. Eliza Sexton take it up the court. That one's going to be a double dribble by Eliza Sexton.
The Mullen ball. Looking to inbound it to number 1.
That one's going to be a turnover by Mullen.
Seems like quite the miscommunication there. What do you think?
About what?
Just that.
I mean, Mullen having, in my opinion, big mistakes on turnovers that are just leading into some dumb points. Here's 10 seconds left. Mullen not going to be able to get that one to go. You got 5 seconds left. That one's going to be a long 3 by Gavin Wood. Not going to be able to go. Almost put back up by Keaton Roth, but not going to go. So Carter, what did you see out of this third quarter so far?
Man, I saw Mead really step it up. You know, Mullen right towards the end of that second quarter ran off those 12, but Mead's just coming away with this game. You know, it's going to be 38-point lead for the Mavericks.
I don't see any way that Mullen's going to be able to really fight for this back. And Kason Shorman really leading this third quarter, hitting the 8 points in a row. And Mullen just kind of just watching it happen, you know.
Yeah, I believe 12 for Showerman there this quarter and 7 for Sexton.
Those transition buckets, and Gavin Wood really showing his effort definitely on defense and getting that
100%.
easy point when Mullen is just kind of laid back. It seems like Mavericks are not going to be able to take their foot off the gas. The Mavericks are also coached by Nick Basson, a Mead High School alumni, played on the basketball team for 4 years straight. He's coaching this great team. Looks to be in a victory, but the game is not over yet. We got 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Gavin Wood's going to inbound this. It's Keaton Roth. To be Joey Higgins down in the paint. Out to Eliza Sexton. Keaton Roth out in the corner. He's going to drive baseline. That one's almost going to be able to get to go. Mullen in transition, sprinting up the court. Here's number 0 on the transition layup.
Just lays it in there, inbounded by 34, Keaton Roth.
Yandel Fernandez. Kick it out to Keaton Roth in the corner. Here's Elijah Sexton. Gonna be dished off to Joey Higgins, but he's not gonna be able to go. He's gonna get fouled though.
Joey looking to draw the foul there instead of passing.
He'll be on the ground. Devin Wood to inbound.
High pass by Gavin Wood there to Yandel. He'll pass it to Keaton.
Someone's going to be dished off to Elijah Sexton. Yandel Fernandez to kick back out to Keaton Roth. Down low at the block by Joey Higgins. He's going to turn around jumper. Back rim. Rebounded by Mullen. Looking to get that transition bucket again. Kick out to 55. He's just going to drive one step, and that one's going to be a good mid-range jumper by Mullen.
Almost question why he didn't shoot the three there. Seemed to be wide open, but maybe it's not the shot he wanted.
Out to Yandel Fernandez in the corner. That one's going to be tipped out of bounds by Mullen.
Kason Sharman, Braylon Roth, and Eisentrager will sub in. Maybe Trager on the inbound.
Keaton Roth to dish off to Kason Sharman for the bucket. Great cut there by Kason Sharman. Here's number one for Mullen to take it up the court. Zero on the layup. That one's not going to be able to fall. Owen Eisentrager to get in the corner. He's going to try and do some fades. There's Braylon Roth on the cut, and that's a great find.
Pass by Owen Eisentrager there.
There's Mullen, top of the key, number 14. Double crossover into a drive. No shot. That foul's going to be on the ground.
.33 for Mullen will sub in for number 3.
Inbounded number 14 to number 0. Seems he's only going to go to his left hand. Wow.
You're going to call a shooting foul there on the Mavericks. On Keaton Roth. Number 0 will take his second shot here. See if this one can land. Will not. Rebounded by Sexton. Looking for the layup.
He'll take it all the way.
Nice shot there. Mullen will take it up the court looking for something. 55 will shoot the 3. Not land. Rebounded by Kason Sharman. Almost stolen by Mullen. Back to Sexton. And it's going to be stolen by Mullen. 55 will take it up the court. Misses the layup, but number 0 will put it back. Braylon Roth looking for someone. Pass Eisentrager. His 3 will land. For good shot selection there by Owen Eisentrager.
Mavericks take a 40-point lead here. 3 minutes left in the fourth.
He pass to number 1. He'll go for the lay, and he will score. Good movement here by both teams, getting these shots. Braylon Roth will look for someone. Passes it to Sexton. To Keaton Roth. And he'll lay it in. Number 1 inbound to number 14. Number 0 will look for the mid-range, and he will not hit it. Rebound by Braylon Roth. To Owen Eisentrager. Drives it in. And they're going to call the foul on the ground.
In will be Gavin Wood and Yandel Fernandez for Braylon Roth and Kason Jarman.
Mavericks with a 40-point lead. Doubling Mullen's points here. Will be inbounded by Keaton Roth. The shot will not land. Be rebounded by him, and it'll bounce off his foot. Out of bounds. Mullen ball. Real long pass by Mullen there. Seemed to be
aimed for the corner, but
possibly miscommunication. Thought his guy was in another spot. Will be taken up the court by Gavin Wood. Passes to Sexton. Sexton backing up to give him some space. Looking for the shot. To Owen Eisentrager. To Keaton Roth. Gavin Wood in the corner. He's looking for the shot.
Mavericks showing the ball movement.
Does get the crossover. It will be to Sexton. And to Wood here. Back to Eisentrager. His shot is good again. That'll be 2 straight threes for Owen Eisentrager there. Mavericks extend their lead to 43.
Coming down to a minute left.
Blocked by Gavin Wood there. They're going to call a foul. They're going to call it a push and foul. Number 1 will be at the line. Kind of sticks out there with those hot pink shoes. First shot will rim out.
Rim out.
Gets the ball for a second shot. And
Mullen's free throws are not looking good.
off front.
But that mid-range is going to fall.
Attempted rebound by Eisentrager there. Be bounced back to Mullen for the score. Sexton took it up the court. Back to Eisentrager. Back to Roth. Passes back to Sexton. Passes to Fernandez. Fernandez is going to drive in. Passes back to Gavin Wood. His shot hits the front of the rim. Offensive rebound by Owen Eisentrager. They're going to call a travel by Keaton Roth there.
Almost looked like he got pushed over.
Yeah,
in a
kind
way.
of.
It's going to be inbounded by Mullen now.
Questionable call, but it's going to be out of bounds by Mullen there.
Coming down to 20 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Time for one more possession.
Again with this running clock after that 40-point lead. Late in the game for the Mavericks, but still got it. Their lead's 41 at the moment. Oh, now Jarvis gonna.
That's going to be game. He's going to dribble it out the clock. Going to be a.
Ladies and gents, your Mead Mavericks 83, Mullen 42. Big victory for Mead C team here. You can see the excitement in their faces as they'll shake hands.
We'd like to thank Mullen High School for traveling up here to Mead Mavericks Stadium, and thankful for all the fans. And we'll look towards the next game.